Um, I was listening to the album earlier on again, and I was listening to Oil with Stevie Nicks, which is a huge collaboration.
Yeah, I mean,
And
God, blimey. I never imagined that, really.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, that song was, I don't really. I mean, sometimes people's voices come into my head, and I was like, oh no, I can hear Julian Casablancas on that. That's the voice I can hear. And then I was with Greg Kirsten, who's produced the record, and he said, well, I'm seeing Stevie Nicks next week. Why don't I play it to her? It wasn't not anything to do with me. That was just pure good fortune on my behalf that she got to hear it, and she loved it. And now I've got a tune with Stevie Nicks, which is not something I ever imagined would happen, to be honest with you.
Had you called Julian at this point?
No, I had, but because I don't have a phone.
Call back.
Yeah, exactly. These kind of communications can sort of be somewhat protracted.
Okay, so you didn't have to have a conversation with Julian and go,
No.
something's come up.
No, I hadn't. But I know him anyway, so it wouldn't be.
So is there something in the pipeline for Julian or the Strokes in terms of the Gorillaz?
I mean, maybe. But it was that. I really did think that tune was the one for him. I mean, but I don't write for people.
Yeah.
What I do is I just write, and then sometimes it becomes really obvious that person. Like when I did Stylo, I really could hear Bobby Womack. And that started a whole kind of adventure of how do you contact Bobby Womack, because Bobby Womack at that point hadn't done much for like 10 years previously, so you have to find him. And then I think the first time we contacted him, it was like, who are Gorillaz, what is this? And then one of his daughters was into the band, so that's how that happened. And then I became a really close friend of his and made an album, a Bobby Womack album with him subsequently. But I mean, these things are they're very fluid and, to be honest with you, quite random.